welcome to Friday Night Live here from cold west central Wisconsin. Winter has returned. Not only the cold, but the snow. Whew. It's not nice. I don't like it. I do not like it. But welcome. Glad you're all tuning in. For those of you that may be tuning in for the first time, welcome to Friday Night Live. Let's just go ahead and get this thing started like we always do each and every Friday night. Raise up those glasses and make a toast to the week behind us and the weekend ahead. Cheers. Oh, winter has returned for many people, I see in the chat here. And yeah, let's see. Who do we all got in here? We got Tim and Old Saws is here. Larry and Robin. Saw you guys. Timon, of course, is here. Good evening, Timon. Colleen's Farm Adventures. How are you doing? And Tim Thompson. What is going on? Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I don't know if the Saw Surgeon is here yet. Hopefully he stops by tonight because after last week's little episode, I thought I would just do a nice, casual hairstyle for him. So he wasn't too, his cage wasn't rattled too much. WD-30. What is going on? The Firewood Hut. Congrats to Dan and Joe for 100 podcasts. Yeah, this past week, for those of you that tune in to the Wood Hounds podcast, we hit episode number 100. 100 episodes. And we are approaching another milestone coming up that I think we're going to hit. One Eye Customs, neighbor Doug. He appreciates it. Yeah, after last week, I tell you what. Apparently nobody is into modern hairstyles around here, so I had to go back to a more traditional look for you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so if you haven't tuned in, check out the podcast. It's on thewoodhounds.com. I do have a couple other announcements I'm going to be making here tonight about something coming up in a few weeks. Oh, it is going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Can't wait. Carl Lewis, the man with the plan, is in the house. Good evening. Who else did I just see fly by here? Daniel Atkins, how are you doing? Miller, Stumps, and Firewood. Happy Friday. Good evening. So I saw a few people that had mentioned in the chat that winter also returned for them this past week. Yeah, we had snow, and like I said, I think this morning was 12 degrees. Jeepers. Bill Irwin, how are you doing? I just saw somebody else fly by here. William Klein, Rod Pepper, good evening. Southern Ontario. And there, for those of you, TC Outdoors, how are you doing? The hair is Clark Kentish. Yes, well, I gotta, like I said, I felt the urge and the need to straighten things up here. For those that are new that may be tuning in, you can, if you throw a Q or a couple Qs in front of your question, that helps me pick it out and let me know that's for me. Like Jesse Dean here, how much snow you have on the ground? The other day, we got, I think, 4 inches. That was, what day was that? Wednesday or Thursday? 4 inches, not too much. And we're supposed to be back to the 40s next week. So I'm hoping it's not going to stick around very long. Actually, I didn't even plow the driveway or anything. I didn't shovel. I'm just going to leave it. I'm leaving the snow on the driveway, on the sidewalk. So that means now next week it will not hit 40. It'll stay in the 20s and 30s for probably another 2 weeks. Charles out in Montana, -2. Whoo! That is, yeah, that's cold. Keep that out there. Don't send that stuff this way. I know that it's only the middle of February, but I don't know. I'm like done with winter. I've had enough. Even though we only had like 1 week of it. Jared, I haven't filled my propane in over a year after installing my wood boiler. When is the last time you filled yours? I do not have one. I am on natural gas. So I have not. I think I've run the natural gas in the furnace 2 times since living here. Maybe 3. Not very often. I do, however, each month have to pay $14 just to have the service to the house for natural gas. So, yeah. But yep, I do not have propane. And I haven't run the furnace hardly ever. Feel good firewood. I have a Yappa 365 with log lift. Do you think a tractor or mini excavator would be more versatile? Well, if you saw what I was struggling with last week, the log lift works good. It's a little slower. I think a mini excavator would probably be ideal because then you could kind of like what Rick was using with his Avant loader. You could almost put the log right up in there and just set it right down in place, almost all the way in. I would like to try. And then I know Adam, Hometown Acres, he has his logs set up so that they're on one side of his excavator and he can reach over, grab a log, swing around, put it on the Yappa, swing back, grab another log. So I think a mini excavator would probably be a little more, work a little better, maybe. I'm not sure. All I know is if they're oak logs, 12 feet long, 12-inch diameter, loading them up on the log lift, if they don't grab and go in on the conveyor belt and you have to push them, you're going to struggle. Well, I struggled. Todd's outside again. Larry Cluck, what is this snow and cold weather you're sending over here? My goodness. Breaking wood. I almost said breaking wind. Breaking wood. Natural gas here. 2. Ron Brooks, how are you doing? To all Wood Hounds, enjoy, have fun, stay safe. Ron from the hospital, unfortunate admission. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully it's not too bad, Ron. Yeah, that's hopefully everything is going okay and you're doing all right and you're not in the hospital too long. Yeah, Larry Cluck, I don't know if I can accept that apology. Slick Willie, how are you doing? Richie's Outdoors. Hey, yeah, I think I saw, I heard from Shive that you guys were getting snow out that way. Snow coming down fast right now. Oh my. Todd, that would be Larry Cluck. I just mentioned it. He sent it my way, and he's north of me, so it probably came right down to you. Yeah, it's... Although I don't think you guys will have snow very long on the ground down there. Oh, Daniel Atkins. He's the one. Yeah. Sending it this way. Oh. And ladies and gentlemen, we just had our very first coin fall in the cup. So if you don't know what that means, when we have a coin fall in the cup, we grab our cups and we raise them up. Let's bring out the ladies. For Circle BMN, 1 for the cup. Thank you very much. Cheers. All right. Let's see. Now I got to get caught up here. Fired at the furnace. Nate is getting some snow tonight in Maryland. Uh-oh. It's going to add a little wrinkle in the whole woodyard cleanup. Timber Tails with Logger Jason. Big chunks for the boiler tonight, or is it all your wood the same? Well, I might have a few bigger chunks, but I just bring everything in IBC totes, so whatever I was throwing into the tote is whatever I have in there. And I think the tote that I have left does have some bigger chunks. Unfortunately, I think the bigger chunks are maple. So, yeah, the big chunks I think that I have in the tote are maple. T and S P. Why do they call you Shifty? Whoo, it's many roots in that. It all goes back to a long time ago. A roommate in college gave me the nickname because we used to drive our motorcycles around all the time. And then I took that nickname and I used it as my stage name in wrestling, and it just kind of stuck with me. But it all stems from an old roommate and motorcycles, riding motorcycles around. We have another coin that came down from our good friend Feel Good Firewood. Let's fill the cup. Well, let's just raise up your cup. Doesn't matter what's in it. I forgot to mention that. This isn't any peer pressure going on here. Gatorade, Kool-Aid, apple juice, water, whatever. Cheers. Thank you very much. And then we had a question here from Ron that I saw. Are you looking forward to Outdoor Friday Night Show? Yes, I am. Because I have been saving up a whole bunch of scrap wood, junk wood, all kinds of stuff. I have ready for some nice big fires on Friday night. Not Pennsylvania fires, but decent fires. Be willing, feel free to send in more snow and cold weather to southern Ontario. Barely had any snow. My snowblower wants a good workout. Well, we'll do what we can. But you kind of sound like Joe down there, Ohio Woodburner. Got himself a brand new snowblower for his tractor, and he hasn't used it for 2 years. I'm afraid to look at this one. I'm kind of sad that Shive doesn't watch your video, because if he did, he would have used his blower to burn the sawdust. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Especially a lot of leaf blowers have the setting where you can like lock the trigger, so it you can just have it going and set it down and just let it blow. I was feeling bad for his neighbors. When the wind shifted and he had those 3 piles going, it looked like it was just a smoke screen going right across the neighborhood. Like the smoke wasn't rising very much. It was just going right across the street. Oh, Robert, want to jump in here and wish all the Wood Hounds and normal people have a great evening. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. I am not sure, however, if there are any normal people in here. Looking at the names that are flying by, I recognize quite a few of them. And many of them are far from normal. Just kidding. Just kidding. Whew, now I'm beat. What? What the heck? Donald Slate, drink up. All right, there. Now I'm caught up. Allen Family Firewood, good evening. Hey, and there's Obi. Obi, how are you doing? Fire Guy 75, late again? That doesn't matter. Actually, you're not that late. We just got things rolling here. No problem. Jim Miller, good evening. How are you doing? Yeah, this is a good question. I don't know if I can do that. Definitely, that might be a challenge. Hey, I don't know if I said good evening to Captain Jack, Mr. Log Cabin Firewood or not, but how is your Friday, my friend? Oh boy. Wait, I always get the sides mixed up. We got a coin coming down. And I think for this gentleman, we definitely need to bring the ladies back out. Sean Watford, how are you doing? Thank you very much. Can we take a moment and relish in the fact that the mystery of what Travis Kelce said to Andy Reid in the Super Bowl has finally been solved? Yes, I actually saw that on Facebook, what you sent me. So yes, I think it has been. But thank you very much. Cheers. That was a pretty intense moment, but you know, I think, I don't know. It was definitely a little over the top, maybe out of line, but you know, in the heat of the battle, sometimes things just, you lose control. Bert's Custom Cuts, who's your Yappa connection now that Bob's gone? The same guys that were there before, with Bob, Ken and Ryan. I still am in contact with them, so still the same guys that are over there, that were over there, or that I knew from before. James Baton, good evening. What is your favorite splitter? I think you probably know the answer to that. It starts with a 3 and ends with a D. Chad, what percentage of the wood that you process is used for the wood burner, and what percentage is sold to customers? That is a good question. Right, well, I would say I try to actually keep it right around, maybe not quite 50-50, because I'm always like trying to get and stay 2 years ahead for my personal supply. And there are that's two different things. There's getting ahead and there's staying ahead. And so I'm splitting a lot of stuff that if I needed to, I could split down or use for selling. But I think I'm pretty much ahead on for next year for selling. And now I'm just continuing to build that 2-year plus supply for my personal use. But I don't like, that's why I cut everything the same length, what I use and what I sell. So if I needed to, I can pull from one supply and go to the other. All right, now I gotta get caught back up here. Roger's down in South Carolina. Thanks for stopping by. Hope the weekend is kicking off for you in a good way here, spending your Friday night hanging out for a little while with us Wood Hounds. Oh, good evening, Arnie. Good evening. What was Jack saying? Oh, yes, I am just a hobbyist. In fact, let's see, when am I gonna, you might be seeing something along those lines coming either next week, I don't know. I am going to, I think, be using the Wolf Ridge maybe this weekend. I've got a bunch of bigger stuff split up, cut up. I need to split up. That doesn't is not going to be friendly on the box wedge. So I will be using it here shortly, I think. All right. The 765 guys, how are you doing? Will you be making an appearance at the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria 2024? TBD. I am not exactly sure yet. And I don't want to say yes or no, but TBD, to be determined. What was this here now? I gotta go back here. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, Saw Surgeon. Good evening. Do you approve of this look tonight? Is this suit your fancy? Hopefully it's, you know, I was kind of doing this in tribute of you, thinking I don't know how long ago it was, but at one point when you did have hair, you may have done a little comb over. I'm not sure, but hopefully you'll approve of this tonight. Hey, and Wild Bill Irwin. Let's raise our glasses right here. Let's all raise our glasses in hopes of an early spring. Cheers. Yes. Cheers. Thank you very much. The groundhog said we were going to have an early spring. All right. Now let's see. Arnie, thank you on the podcast. There's going to be another milestone that we're going to hit, I think, maybe by next week. Does anyone want to guess what that milestone is? We just hit 100 episodes. We have another milestone we are approaching. All right, I don't know. Anthony, how are you doing? You don't know what's harder, content creation or firewood? Yeah, some days both are a struggle. Uh-oh. Jeremiah, what did I miss? Outdoors 608. What is going on? I got to I gotta get caught back up. Fall behind. Oh, and I do gotta make another. I'll make the announcement right here before the bottom of the hour. And I actually have a little snazzy, fazzy, razzy dazzle going on. But in 2 weeks, everyone usually is getting ready for March Madness. But in 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Friday Night Live, we are kicking off March Madness. That is right. We've got some pretty cool new things we're dropping, revealing some deals, some giveaways. It's going to be a good time. So in 2 weeks, March Madness begins for the whole month of March, right here, Friday Night Live. Tune in 2 weeks to see. Oh, I have got some some pretty cool things that I'm going to be revealing. And like I said, there's going to be some deals, some specials, and some giveaways. Hey, we just had another. I think I just mixed. Where am I? All right. We have got a super chat from Delete. Thank you very much. Cheers. I think it was, yeah, just a no message. Yes. There is what, wait, hang on. Oh my goodness. All right. I think I'm caught up. Richie's Outdoors, have a good weekend. Todd's outside again. Yes. Well, no, that's not one of them, but I am going to get a special pair made. No, what it is, there are some pretty cool things. There's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, all coming in 2 weeks. Two weeks away. Bee and Tree Lawn Care. We are doing good. How are you doing? When was the last time your woodyard was all cut up? The day after I opened it. I don't know. I like to keep, stuff around. I think that's just like part of a woodyard is having some logs or something, some rounds that, you always are like, I'll get to those tomorrow, and then tomorrow is the next day. And so, yeah, I've had logs sitting around for a long time waiting for that right opportune moment. Because you don't want to run out. You always want to have something you can do. You know, like, especially now for me, I can save it for a rainy day because I got the carport that I can work under. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And spoiler alert, I'm going to be getting I may be getting a little bit overflowed with logs coming up here soon. In fact, very soon. Wait a minute. There is another. All right. Hang on. I gotta make sure I'm. Oh, we did have. We better bring the ladies out. We got two. Delete warm here in Tennessee. Well, thank you very much. Cheers. And then we are at the bottom of the hour. Brad, firewood at the furnace. Thank you very much. Cheers. Ooh. Yeah. Jack, I might be, well, if we ever do the Firewood Fest again, I don't know if you guys saw was it Tuesday's video when I was at Rick's Woodyard? The pile of logs that he has, like, it is crazy how much wood he's got up there. And I need to find a place that I need to stack up. Well, I don't know. I guess if I'm getting the logs or I might be, I don't know. You'll see. There's still some things in the works. The logistics of this next week, we're still working out. James, are you happy you went with the carport rather than going with a more permanent solution? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the carport just because of it being pretty cost effective and not, breaking the bank. I'm not sure if I'll ever move it, so I don't know how important the aspect of being a permanent solution or not is. I don't know, maybe I will end up moving it. I doubt it though. If anything, I want to build like a lean-to on the side of it. And so if I do that, then it's not going anywhere. One Eye Customs. Speaking of the carport, would you do it again or add another? I would definitely do it again. But if I did it again, I would have someone put it up for me. I would not put it up. So, yeah, if I were to do it again, and I don't know, I won't be getting another one just because I have exceeded, or I'm at my limit for square footage of outbuildings on my property. So I'd have to go through special permitting, or I'd have to take like my shed down, or I don't know. I haven't thought about that. But I'm definitely, if I ever did this again, like if I took that down and wanted to go bigger or something, I would definitely have somebody put it up for me. All right, I think I am caught up. All right, I am. Let me just zip back to see if I missed anything or not. The York Woods, having a wood yard has taught me I can't get anything done in one. I can't get everything done in one day, or a week, or a month, or a year sometimes. But that's, like I said, that's always, I don't know. I like having that stuff there, so that when you want to, you got something to do. Donald Slate, do you cut wood in the rain? I don't. Well, now, if I would bring the logs in under the carport and cut them up there. But otherwise, I wouldn't go out in the rain. No. It's just like if it's, I don't know, if it's crappy weather, unless you absolutely have to, that is something you can save for another day as well. Hamden Outdoors, good evening. Tony Woods, how are you doing? With all the bucks you make on the roadside, yeah, well, yeah, count those. And do you get any bucks from the deer in your backyard? No, heck no. They don't come in. We have it fenced off so they can't come into the yard. So they stay in the wood yard and back in the woods. Before we had our fence up, yeah, they would come in and eat everything. Everything. Like, whatever, even if you go and buy the deer resistant plants, they will eat them. They will eat them, and there won't be anything left. Do you have a picaroon? I do not. That is the one thing. I do not have a picaroon or a hookaroon. I've got no runes. I just have the log ox. And I've been meaning to get one for like the last 2 years. I just I never have. I know Shibe was telling me that I should have one to hook and pull the logs in on the Yappa, and that might work. I just don't know how well it would hook in to a log, and then how much leverage I'd be able to get pulling on it. So I don't know. One of these days, I will get one. I might actually get the hookaroon tip for the log ox. I might get one of those and try that, because I don't use the handle for like the log jack on the log ox. So I could put that hookaroon tip on that handle and I could have one. Like I said, I just haven't ever, I don't know, for picking up rounds, I think the log ox works better. So the fence wasn't to keep your wife in. Nope. No, it was not. although it, what is this? Be willing. Do you have a proper cant hook for rolling logs? Yes, I have an older antique one. But I always get comments saying that I'm using it wrong because I usually hook and like push logs, and everyone says you're supposed to hook it and pull the log towards you. But for me, I just know that I have more strength using my legs to push than I do using my back to like pull. So I don't know if I know that if you have a wooden handle, there's a risk of if you're pushing too hard, you can snap the handle. But I just feel like I get way more leverage being like pushing with my legs instead of trying to pull a log towards me. I don't know. The other thing too is like sometimes I'll want to roll the log after I buck it halfway through. I want to roll it towards the rounds that I've already cut. So if I were to pull it, I'd be pulling it towards me in between the rounds and the log, if that makes sense. Kenneth Carlson, how are you doing? Good evening. All right, now let's see, where am I? I think I missed a bunch of questions, but oh well, that always happens. Nothing new. The firewood doctor. An adult white-tailed deer can easily jump a 7-foot tall fence. Yeah, the thing is, how, like, they've got enough stuff on the outside of the fence. So, like, if they're not, I don't know, because one section of our fence is only 4 feet high, and every now and then we'll have one that will jump in because it's over by the apple trees. But otherwise, like, they don't seem to like jump the fence that much. But these are city deer. So the city deer, I don't think they go to the extremes of jumping over fences. They're just like, if we can't get in that yard, we'll just walk over here to the other yard and we'll get in that one. But yeah, we don't, every now and then, there you go. Yes, hook and lift, you can lift more than push. Yeah, that's how I can lift way more with my legs, like lifting. But man, I had the one video that I had maybe like 300 comments telling me that was the wrong way to use it. Get a picaroon. I got one a week ago. They are a backsaver. Yeah, I mean, I know that they definitely work. And depending on what you're doing and what size rounds you're picking up. But like in the carport, if I'm picking up the round, if it's small enough with the log ox I think that's easier. And if it's big, I just roll it. And that's, well, I don't roll it. I make Amanda roll it. But she wants to roll them. So it's like I just have to stand there and, the rounds get put on the log lift and then you just lift them up. I don't know how, I'm sure for like grabbing splits out of like a trailer or a truck, the pickaroon would be good. I just don't ever, for rounds, the log ox, like I said, I don't have to pick, because even if they're smaller rounds that you can pick up with the log ox, you can just kick them and roll them over to the log lift and then throw them up. Oh yeah, that's the whole thing that I've got going on around me, is that I've got a couple neighbors on each side of me that they feed the deer in their yard. So like they don't have, fences or anything. So the deer are pretty smart. They know where the food is, and they don't worry about, like I said, there was one time we had a doe that kept jumping the small fence to get by the apples. But yeah, make your property less appealing. That is a good strategy. Lots of deer, any turkeys? Interesting that you should ask this, because for how many years have we been here? For 8-9 years, maybe there was one time I saw one turkey. However, this past week, I think it was Tuesday, there was a flock of turkeys. Maybe 15, 20, that they were moving through my neighbor's yard, and then a couple of them flew in and landed in our yard, and they just worked their way through the woods, back through the wood yard, and they just kept going. But I have not, I've seen one turkey here and there, but never like a whole flock of them. But there was a lot of them. And those, I don't know what, they just haven't been, I don't know if our lot, like the lots around here aren't big enough for them to stay in, but they were making their way through last week. Brandon, the upper Midwest got about 4 inches of snow as well. So, yep, we got a little snow, and hopefully it's going to be gone by next Monday or Tuesday. It's supposed to be like mid-30s on Sunday, 40 on Monday, 40 something on Tuesday. So hopefully it doesn't stick around. Maxim, watching you with my dad on the big screen. Oh, on the big screen. Well, that is good to hear. I saw something that YouTube was putting out about more and more. They're seeing more and more viewers move to TV over mobile. Like they're seeing an increase in TV viewership. So I've started to consider the possibility of maybe starting to do some more, or begin the whole 4K uploads. So I don't know if I'll ever be live streaming in 4K. I don't know if how that all will work or not, but I've started paying attention to my analytics to see the percentage of viewers on TV. Oh yeah, so you had your 7 chords of Poplar, I believe it was, and now it's under 20%. Now is that under 20% in the center or under 20% on the edge, on the ends, or the? Did you re-split a piece open? Because if you just measured a already split piece, it probably will be under 20 on the outside, but split one open and double check the inside. Carl Lewis, you want 3 feet? Be nice if it was 3 feet of snow. Woo! Saw surgeon. Those days have already passed. Back when we had our TV tapings at the St. Paul Armory, and where else did we do? Oh, we did some TV tapings at First Avenue. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. Neighbor Doug says, with the hair and glasses, every other week you should be 4K on the huge screen. Yeah, well, sometimes 4K is not what you want to be seen in. What I want to be seen in. I watched a few of I did a few videos in 4K, and I watched them on our TV, and oh my goodness, I was like, what is going on? But yeah, the other thing is that, so there's like a couple factors to, they say that more people are watching on TV, but that doesn't mean that more people, although I think a lot of people have 4K TVs, but if you're watching YouTube and you don't change your settings to 4K, you might only be getting the 1080 resolution anyway. So I don't know. I'm still not sold on it, just because of the added, takes longer to render, takes longer to upload. I'm not sure. We'll see though. Old Guy Firewood, good evening. How is it going? Friday night date nights. Yeah, you gotta change that around. Saturday night, better date night. Ken, have a good night. Enjoy the weekend. Yeah, well, this was, see, what Brad isn't telling you all, though, is like, down at the Bunyan show down in Ohio, he was part of that crew. He was part of the pre-show crew to get me all set. So, sometimes you got to ask yourself, Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy getting your hair and makeup done, or do you want to be the guy doing the other guy's hair and makeup? I don't know. And I didn't, like, he offered. I didn't even ask. Just to set the record straight. In New York, it was a different story. Oh my goodness, we're getting close. We're getting close to the top of the hour. I gotta mix up. There was a lot going on the pre-show at Bunyan. And I have a feeling that this year, Bunyan, there's going to be a lot going on as well. There's already rumblings going on. And oh yeah. What is that? Is it October? I don't know what the date is. October, actually, I gotta look now quick. Because October 4th, 5th, and 6th, yes. Whew. It's gonna be another wild one. WD-30. Starting to feel bad for my youth. All the glasses talk, and I'm going to be there before too long. I thought being short was bad enough. Yeah, and you're losing your hair, aren't you? Or maybe you're not. I can't remember. But yeah, you're going to have like... What are you going to do? The glasses aren't so bad, though. You know. But, I mean, the height, that's... Saw surgeons got it right there. When the time is right, it happens. And let me tell you, with the glasses, it's like, it seems like it's overnight. It's like one day you're fine, and the next day, boom. It happens fast. And then it like keeps changing. Like I've had to change my frickin' prescription twice now. And it sucks because for me, I've got like, my monitors are a certain distance away. So like I almost need a pair of glasses for reading text on my monitors and then a pair for like reading up close. That's the bigger challenge. And then you start doing the whole, you know, how far away can you hold something and look at it? Yeah, but with the laser correction, you have to be so, like your, whatever it is, it has to be so, it has to be past a certain point. Like if you're not, like I couldn't get LASIK done whenever, I don't know when I looked into it. A couple years ago. Because my vision wasn't bad enough. Minnesota youngster. Have a good weekend. Good seeing you here again, my friend. Oh, oh no, I can't do the bifocals are even worse. Because I tried a pair of those for like a week. But then it's like you gotta have, like I almost need, because for distance, I don't need it so much. But then you almost have to have like, where you go like this, and then like 3 different levels. Like 6 feet away, 2 feet away, 1 foot away. Yeah, and the other thing is with LASIK, I don't know if they can fix both nearsighted and farsightedness. Like, I don't think you can. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't. I don't mind the glasses, especially because I know that neighbor Doug likes them, and you know, it's all that matters. What? Old guy firewood. I'm just too short for my weight. Yes. Exactly. I hear you. As am I. Old guy firewood. Oh, we got two coins coming down. Where the heck? I don't even know where those. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Brad fired at the furnace overtime, and we had Scott Kearney as well. Thank you very much to both of you. Cheers. Where are you driving? WD-30? Hey, old guy firewood. Have a good weekend. He's got to go. Maybe date night isn't over yet. Tune out. Go have a good weekend. What's my thoughts on kinetic splitters? I've only run Joe's at Ohio Woodburner for like, I think 2 or 3 pieces of wood through it. I haven't run one very much. They're very fast. I know that. And as far as like, I mean, he split some pretty big snarly stuff on. I mean, not overly snarly, but I don't know. I know that they're fast, and they get, you know, you pull the lever, yeah, the wood splits. The only thing I don't personally like on some of them, and I don't know which model this is, but I know on some of the kinetic splitters, you have to have like, there's like 2 handles that you have to hold, which are off the machine before the ram comes out. And I don't know. To me, that just seems like sometimes I like to just, you know, make sure that that round is staying put. But snarly, yes. Sometimes they get a little snarly. The other thing is I don't know if the push plates are very big. So, but I think they make up for it in speed. I don't know. Like I said, they all get the job done. Woo! Rogala, have a good weekend. Allen Family Firewood, Phil Karen, have a good weekend. Can we all work on a Wood Hound discount code on firewood bags? The from the Northern Woodsman, or which ones? I think there's a few on. I forget the name of the company that Shibe gets his from. But they had pretty good prices on their bags, but they didn't have any logo on them. And I think Wolf Ridge sells bags with the firewood logo. I'm not sure the price though. Snarly, is that a piece that's twisted with a bad attitude? Yes, very much so. Very much so. The I think you didn't you have that maple that one of your maple was had that twisty. You throw that maple, the twisted maple in with like a crotch piece, then you'll see Snarly. Ken's Cuts. Hey, how you doing? Wolf Ridge bags are 70 cents a piece, Canadian. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they're. Like I said, I don't know what. I think it matters too on, volume. How many you get. But the thing is, I don't know. It's still. It all comes out, about the same. Because you can get. If you find cheap bags, you're probably still going to have to pay shipping. So around, 70, between 60, 70 cents. Made most of it next door to the massive burn pile. Yeah. I tell you that when I don't know how many years ago it was when I had my first experience with the twisted maple, but it was just like a corkscrew, like from the bottom to the top of the piece. It would almost do like a whatever 180 twist. Are saggy bags cheaper? No. All bags are the same. 70 cents. 77 cents. Yeah, I think that's going to be about the other thing is like the cheaper the bags get, the cheaper the bags get. Like you put them out in the sun for a week and they fall apart. It's you don't want if you're going to use the bags, I think you want a decent quality bag, and so that's why I don't mind paying whatever it is, 75 cents a piece. When is the collaboration with In the Woodyard? Oh, I don't know. I wonder if he's coming over for... I'll have to see. There's always a chance something happening. He's like on the other side of the state than I am. Even though we're both from Wisconsin. We're still 3.5 hours, I think. Rap. Ah. Yeah, the rap. Everybody likes the rap. I don't know. It's still, it's like, it's one of those topics of the rap versus the bags. Pros and cons to each. Oh. It all depends. I don't know. I've always... The wraps seem like a lot of work to get the pieces lined up just right. And then, if you wrap it and the pieces move, and your wrap gets loose, then you got saggy wraps. Captain Jack, have a great weekend. All right, what are we at here? A couple more minutes, and then I actually have to, yeah, I got to get going too. I have got, I got to get to bed early tonight. I wrap my smoking bundles, but they are made to order and go out the same day or next day, so they don't sit around. That is a good practice, I think. I mean, if you pack, you know, your tray nice and tight and wrap it, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a problem. But the only thing is like once you buy that wrap bundle, if you take that bundle and you cut that plastic, that's it. And then, you know, you can't put the wrap back together. With the bag, you can take a few pieces out. Oh, maybe you don't use them all. Now they're right in the bag still. It's got so many more advantages, I think. Oh, there's a good point. Bucking firewood. Yeah, you can't dump the wrap bundles on the ground, but I think you can dump the bags. All right. Full wrap handle or not full wrap? Slick Willie's come up and wrap with me. We're only bagging. That's like I said, even Ohio Woodburner, he tells me all the time how fast he can make bundles. Then he comes out with his video making bundles, and he's sitting there putting each piece in his tray, and it takes him like 2 minutes just to get everything lined up. Of course, he is talking at the same time. All right. I think that is going to do it for this evening. I got just enough left here to send us on our way, wrap up this Friday night, this cold snowy February night. Again, don't forget, in 2 weeks, tune in because there's some pretty cool stuff coming. Oh, but anyhow, thank you to the moderators for being here. All you super chatters putting these coins in the cups, greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who tuned in to kick off your weekend, hanging out with us Wood Hounds here on a Friday night. So once again, enjoy the weekend. Have a good night. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Cheers.
Bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulders.